Okay, welcome back. We're going for round 2 of my skincare regimen, PM edition. So I am going to just jump right in. So the first thing that I do is I take off my makeup with micellar water. Personally, a fan of the Roche Posay products, as always. Garnier has one. I mean, there's tons that you can buy. You don't necessarily have to buy the Roche Posay version. And I just use a cotton swab or cotton pad to just start to take the makeup off of my eyes. That is what we in the business call step 1 of the double cleanse method. So step 2, I use the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser at night. The purpose of my night cleanse is really just to clean off all the dirt from the day and get a clean palette ready for my medications. 1 pump, whole face, okay? Avoiding eye area, as always. Don't want to use any scrubbing products. I get questions about that a lot. Should I buy one of those brushes from Costco, like the sonicate brushes? Not really. The more abrasive you are to your skin, the more likely you are to disrupt it, cause inflammation, and create acne. Don't do it. All right. Important step, pat dry. I use argan oil on my face before my moisturizer. Anything you put on before your moisturizer is gonna get kind of cooked in. And I really need the hydration. So I'm dry to begin with. And then I also use, like I said, an acne medication that creates further drying. As we head into winter, it gets a lot worse. So I almost always use this moisturizer. But if it gets bad enough, don't give up and get a body moisturizer. That's not going to be good for it. You always need a facial moisturizer. They're formulated so that they don't create acne. The Roche Posay has one called Cicaplast Balm. It's really good to use in the winter. The Cicaplast Balm is really great to use if you have really dry skin and you live in a really dry climate. Also, say hello to the cone of shame. Maverick! Okay, so now is the time for the products that really make it happen. My very well used tube of Tretinoin. You can only get from a provider. If you don't have access to a provider, don't have insurance, or your insurance doesn't cover Retin-A, because often they won't, because there's a lot of cosmetic benefit to this, you can buy a very similar version over the counter called a Adapalene gel. There's a bunch of companies now that have come out with it, because it used to only be prescription version. Now that it is over the counter, companies are making it into their own product. I always just recommend Differin gel because it's the most affordable one, and honestly, they're all the same thing, so don't waste your money on really expensive products unless they're worth it. I think I've only covered one expensive product so far that I really think is worth it, but there are many more, and maybe that's something we can cover later. But prescription, Retin-A, and then I have been using the Ordinary Vitamin C Serum. This is a silicone suspension. I like it. A lot of other people don't like it. It can really burn and sting when you put vitamin C on. And so what I do is just a pea-sized amount of both. Do some all over the face. Avoid that eye area. You also don't want to get into the nasolabial folds or into the corners of the mouth. Definitely, again, nothing in the eyes. It's gonna just cause a rash later on. Tonight I'm gonna add one more step because I have been getting a rash. You can see right there. So I'm just gonna put a little hydrocortisone cream on that. I won't do that every day. Just do it maybe 3 days until that's gone. I imagine the reason why I got it is because I bought a new shampoo and it has a product in it that I'm allergic to. So that's unfortunate, but not undoable. So that is the nighttime skincare routine for Kate Smalley. Oh, there are some bonus things that I was going to throw in here for you. So let's do that now. Not necessarily skincare, but in dermatology, we do hair, skin, and nails. So in order to prevent dirty hair that needs to be washed tomorrow, because I just washed it today and you don't want to wash your hair every day, I'm going to use dry shampoo now. I'm going to leave it in. I'm not going to brush my hair until tomorrow morning. Maybe. I don't always brush my hair. Hi, Maverick. What are you doing? You're just so funny. She got spayed on Wednesday, so she's wearing the cone of shame. All right, so you get the idea. Part the hair and apply. Oh, my. That was upsetting. All right, and then this might surprise you, but I use my antiperspirant at night when you are supposed to use it. This is my absolute favorite, the Secret Clinical Strength Soft Solid. Don't buy the gels, don't buy the solids. Between that and the aluminum, you will get a rash. So don't do that. TMI, right? You didn't need to see me put on my deodorant, but you did. You're welcome. Okay, so that's that. Again, moisturizer, arms, legs, trunk, CeraVe Moisturizing Cream, not lotion. Lotions are not as moisturizing as creams. Creams are not as moisturizing as ointments. So even sometimes I will bust out this bad boy. Nighttime is a really good time to put on your ointments because then you're not going to care that your skin feels greasy. So, not quite there today. So I'm going to go for the cream, and that is that. There is some variation day to day. I do use occasionally, very naughty, to use a scrub, but only when I really peeled a lot from the Tretinoin. I moved from South Carolina back home to Idaho earlier this year. This tube is honestly probably from like November of last year. So it's been a whole year, and I used to use this every night in South Carolina. So that'll go to show you how much climate will affect your skin. So find a provider in your area that can help you find products that are appropriate for you. And you will be glowing in no time. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us, EOS Dermatology. Make an appointment. We've got fantastic providers up and down the board. PAs, NP, docs, both MDs, DOs, surgeons. So we got you covered, whatever you need.